Hey guys, thanks so much for being with us here in the Twin Cities today. We appreciate it.
Oh, great.
Do you know that Jimmy's was born in Minnesota?
I did. Mankato, right? Or you lived in
Yes.
Mankato at least.
And I went
Awesome.
to
Very cool.
Carlton. Yeah.
Nice. I went to Bethel, so I actually played football. We played against Carleton.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, here we go in three, two, one. Hey, everybody, John Foss. Very excited to be talking with Chai Vasarhelyi, Jimmy Chin. We're talking about The Rescue, their new film. It's in theaters. Check it out. And guys, before we get to the film, I have to ask you, a lot has changed over the last few years for you guys. You won an Academy Award. What was it like when you received the Oscar for Free Solo? How has your life changed? What was that moment like and how has your life changed?
Well, I mean, it was a magical experience, but I want to stress magical. Like I still when you wake up in the morning now, like it's still hard to believe that we won an Oscar, and but it is kind of like hocus pocus. Like, I think it's like not a real thing that happens to people. So it hasn't really changed. It changed our lives in terms of allowing us a little bit more access to stories like The Rescue. But every film brings its own challenges, and every film is like another one of our children. So I don't know. Like I feel like it didn't change much in terms of like our process or anything like that because you still have to give your all every time.
And one thing
Yeah.
that I have to ask about, while watching Free Solo multiple times, I mean, it came out, it was an amazing story, but when you guys are shooting it, you don't know if it's going to end in death. I mean, what would have happened if it did end that way? Would have you still completed the film, or what would have you done then?
We get asked this question a lot. I would say the film would be exactly the same, but with a terrible ending. We weren't making this film as an inquiry into like how reckless Alex Honnold is. Not at all. It was always about his story is about a life of intentionality and an audacious dream and working really hard to get there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think he would die. That's why we made the film because we trusted him and trusted his judgment, and I trusted Jimmy's judgment. Um, so yeah, we wouldn't have like changed it and said like, look what terrible things he did. No, we would always honor what his vision was.
The Rescue, which I did watch last night. I mean, following up Free Solo, that's got to be tough enough in itself. But this film actually lives up to. I mean, sophomore slump is always people are always talking about that with music, films, stuff like that. But this film was amazing. Why did you guys choose this story? How did it come about for you guys?
Well, we're always looking for stories that move us and that we believe in. And we also, you know, try to find the intersection of our kind of different sensibilities. And this story had all the layers that you could want in a compelling film. You know, there was a lot of drama and a lot of tension. There were unlikely heroes. But ultimately, we chose to tell the story because we felt like it was a great reminder, given the times and how divided the world is, about our common humanity and how we as humans have the potential always to be generous and selfless. And, you know, here was a community of people from all over the world, from different political, religious, cultural backgrounds that came together to really achieve something impossible.
And I definitely think that, I mean, just watching the film, it was a little bit interesting because I have kind of forgotten that people can come together and actually do great things together because, like the world is so divided within the last few years, especially like with COVID and stuff. Everybody has their opinion and everybody's fighting and stuff like that. But you see this film, you see people from different countries coming together for one goal, and that's to save these children that are stuck in the cave. I mean, at this time in our society where people are fighting, whether it's social media or other places, I mean, it just seems like such a great story for this time. Was that your intention because you saw this great story and you wanted to show some good in the world, or is that just a coincidence?
I mean, very much, but I think it's also the intention behind all of our films. But with this one, it's bittersweet because I'm always so moved every single time when I encounter like the sheer moral courage of those divers and all the volunteers and this idea of like doing the right thing, doing the best thing, being your best self. But then it's bittersweet because like if we all were generous and selfless and kind of, doing what's right, we'd be in a very different place with the pandemic. So yes, this film
Have
is
the
about
family
hope.
seen the film, and what's their reaction?
So I had the privilege of meeting some of the kids and Coach Eck when I was in Thailand in May, and they understood actually that we had acquired Dr. Harris's footage of them being anesthetized, and immediately asked me if they could see it. So they have seen kind of the rescue part of the film. The rest of it wasn't ready, wasn't finished. And Thailand is now just opening up. So we are planning, a big premiere and, big event and bringing it to their village. Like there was even some talk of maybe projecting it in Chamber 1, which I think would be kind of special, for the community. So somehow like having a screening that honors everyone involved.
That's awesome. Well, Chai, Jimmy, thank you so much. Congratulations. Amazing work. Everybody, you need to check this out. It's The Rescue. It's in theaters right now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.